Yo, what is up, y'all? It's Cone back here again today with another video. I don't really typically ever make videos saying I told you so. In fact, I don't think I've ever had a video that's had that in the title or in the thumbnail of the video because, y'all watch these videos. I know I'm right about things sometimes. It's a lot more fun to make videos about when I'm wrong, like the video I made about the Cleveland Cavaliers, the video I made about the Memphis Grizzlies, because it's super fun to laugh at myself and look back and go, hey, that take I had was dumb. Let's talk about that and why it was wrong and why this team is playing such great basketball. Those videos are pretty fun to make, and y'all typically like those videos, so I appreciate that. But today, I'm making an I told you so video. Because I told y'all so, 100%. Some of you didn't believe me, some of you did, and some of you probably still don't believe me, but let's talk about a time I was right. Because after the draft, a lot of people were talking about how the Thunder had a bad draft. They reached on Josh Giddy. Giddy wasn't a great pick at pick 6. Trey Mann didn't make sense because the Thunder have a lot of guards with their second first-round pick. Stuff like that. Most of the hate was centered on Josh Giddy because he was considered a reach by a lot of people. There were some people who thought he just wasn't good at basketball. There were people saying, oh, he's unathletic. He doesn't fit the part. How is he going to fit with Shea? Like people calling him just Ricky Rubio 2.0 and stuff like that, which Ricky Rubio, first of all, is a good basketball player, but there was just a lot of hate and a lot of people wanting him to be a bust before he had even played a game. Even after he started to play games, people continued to call him a bust because people, for some reason, got that preconceived notion in their head that he was a bust, and therefore they refused to believe that he couldn't be, typical stuff that people do. And Josh Giddy continues to impress on every single night. And in that video I made after the draft, talking about how the Thunder had a better draft than people thought, I mentioned all this stuff. I said Giddy was going to take some of that responsibility playmaking-wise off Shea. He's going to be better than a lot of y'all think. I like Trey Mann as an offensive weapon. I think Aaron Wiggins could contribute in his first season. I think Jeremiah Robinson Earl could start at center. And all of those things I said are true. 100% of those things and even more. Because in that video, I said the Thunder had a better draft than people think. Now, I think the Thunder won the draft, period. To get all 4 of these picks right, to get good players and even great players in the case of Josh Giddy and maybe even Trey Mann, with 4 draft picks in the same draft is a stupidly hard thing to do. And Sam Presti went out and did it. So let's go through all the players, starting off, of course, with the star of the draft, Josh Giddy. Getting picked at 6 overall, people thought he was a bust, it was a reach, whatever. Josh Giddy tonight dropped 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists. His second consecutive triple-double, by the way, on back-to-back nights, in Madison Square Garden, to beat the Knicks in overtime without Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder's best player. As the second youngest player in the league. He's also now the first, second, and third youngest player to record a triple-double in NBA history. Ever in the history of the NBA. The second youngest player in the league. And he's doing stuff like this. 3 for 4 from 3. He had back-to-back possessions where he had a step-back 3 and then a straightaway 3 to extend the lead for us. He had a couple crazy finishes, some super clutch rebounds. He had a couple free throws that we needed to ice the game. He had some insane passes, as Josh Giddy typically does. Already one of the best passers in the league. Never mind inbound passing, because in my opinion, he's already the best inbound passer in basketball. If you don't believe me, go look up some clips, because you need to go watch those and educate yourself. Josh Giddy is incredible. And it's not just the playmaking. The playmaking is very obvious. It's obvious how great of a playmaker he is. You've probably seen it. That is the number one skill in his game. But the thing that has by far shown out the most to me and other Thunder fans and people just in general is how poised he is, how he's better of a scorer than I thought he would be. He's grabbing more rebounds than I thought. He's one of the better guard rebounders. And sure, he is like 6'8", 6'9", but even then, his positioning on rebounds, he just has such a nose for where the ball is going to go. There was one play in tonight's game where he was standing out in the three-point line as a shot went up, and he immediately, the second the shot came off the hand, sprinted to the spot where the ball was going to end up, wasn't boxed out, and scooped it up immediately and put it back up in for a layup. He tracked that the second it left the shooter's hand. he knew exactly where that ball was going to go. And that rebounding is huge for this team because it allows Giddy, who is a good finisher around the rim, to not only get second chance points, but to grab offensive boards, restart the offense. And since our best passer already has the ball, it makes things so much easier. Giddy does everything so poised and so well. In a game like this going into overtime, Madison Square Garden, at 19 years old, Josh Giddy could have had a fine game and it wouldn't have mattered. Instead, he came out and had the best game of his career, and for most of this game was the best player on the court for both teams. Giddy was phenomenal. He's been great all season, and at this point, Josh Giddy, for me personally, is no lower than third in the Rookie of the Year race. He's going to win another Rookie of the Year out west. He's probably just going to sweep that award because there's no one out west that can compete with him the way that he's producing right now. In Shai's absence, this team should be so much worse than it is. Because outside of Shai, there is a lot of building and growing that this team's core needs to do. But instead of that, Josh Giddy has stepped up tremendously, and we've won a few times since losing Shai. Last season, losing Shai, this team would have lost every single one of these games and been blown out multiple times. But because of the way that Giddy orchestrates the offense, slows things down, controls the entire game, it is so far beyond what a 19-year-old rookie should be able to do. He raises this team's ceiling and floor so much just by being on the court. And I'm so excited for him and Shai as a backcourt. They're going to be a top 5 backcourt sooner than later. And so, all of y'all who thought Josh Giddy was going to be a bust, it was a reach or anything, I will take your apologies in the comment section below. Moving on from Josh Giddy, let's talk about Trey Mann, who had 30 points tonight. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting about 50% from the field, knocking down a few threes. I believe he was 4 of 7 from 3, hit the last 2 free throws at the end of the game to give himself 30 points in overtime. Trey Mann is a bucket. He's shooting 35% from 3. His field goal percentage is pretty low, but, he's a guard. He's working on his craft, and overall, just the flashes that Trey Mann has shown offensively, if you go back and watch this game, they're all there. But over the course of this season, Trey Mann has had multiple times in multiple games where he has broken someone's ankles and then dunked on someone in the exact same game. His athleticism, his defense is better than I thought it would be. Like I said in that video, I thought his shot creation would be super helpful for this team, and it has been. He's even a way better shot creator than I thought he was going to be, and I knew he already had great potential with shot creation. He creates open looks so easily because he's so fast, he's so shifty, he has a super quick handle, and his body movement is ridiculous. On his step back, his shin is parallel to the ground when he dribbles between his legs. It's insane the amount of space he creates on jumpers, mid-ranges, his range from 3. He has such a quick shot release, so he can shoot really far. Trey Mann does everything offensively, and once that shot continues to fall consistently, because I'm sure it's going to, Trey Mann has serious star potential. So that's another guy that the Thunder hit on tremendously in the draft. Then you move on to a Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who has started at center for multiple times for us this season, been a good 3-point shooter, been a solid rebounder. He's played great defense on both perimeter and post guys, including James Harden. There's that one clip of him playing great defense on James Harden when he was on the Nets, previous to the recent Sixers trade. But Jeremiah Robinson Earl has just been a really solid player with a early second round pick. And then you throw in Aaron Wiggins, the 55th overall pick, who just got a guaranteed contract, has played big minutes for us, has had super big games. He scored more than 20 a couple of times, played good defense. Aaron Wiggins just does all of the small things that you could ask. And the way that he is produced as a 55th overall pick in his first season, only 30 some games into his NBA career, has been really, really cool to watch. He's another gem that Sam Presti found, including a guy like Lou Dort, who he found undrafted. Now you've got Aaron Wiggins at the 55th overall pick. And when you start to look at all of these things, how Josh Giddy is going to be one of the best point guards in the league at some point, not too far away into the future. Gilgeous-Alexander, already one of the better guards in the entire NBA. You look at Trey Mann, who is a great shot creating guard. Aaron Wiggins, Darius Bazley had a great game in this one. Lou Dort. There is so much young talent on this roster. And if we specifically look at the draft class with Giddy, who, like I said, is a phenomenal point guard, going to be one of the best point guards in the league at some point. Trey Mann, an unbelievable shot creator. You look at Aaron Wiggins, who's a really solid wing role player. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who's going to be a great backup big at the least for probably the most of his career. That is an incredible draft class to have, with 4 picks, only one of them being in the top 10, one being in the late teens, and then 2 second-round picks. The Thunder's draft wasn't just better than people think. The Thunder had the best draft. They won the draft. Sure, the Pistons got like Cade Cunningham, the Cavaliers got Evan Mobley, the Rockets got Jalen Green. Yeah, sure, those are really good players to pick. But to hit on all 4 of your picks, despite getting screwed technically by the lottery when you look at odds, it was super impressive. And the way that these Thunder rookies have shown out every single game, and specifically in this game, watching them play, it is so fun to watch. I'm so excited for this Thunder team's future. National media outlets are starting to recognize Josh Giddy. I think his Rookie of the Year case is going to continue to ramp up while Shai continues to miss time. Hopefully, Shai does come back soon after the All-Star break, but he's out until at least then. So Giddy continues to build a Rookie of the Year case. Trey Mann shows a ton of flashes, and I'm over the moon with this draft class. I'm super excited as a Thunder fan. And once again, I wanted to say, I told y'all so. So if you believe me, shout out to you. If you didn't believe me, it's okay. We're all wrong sometimes, like I said. Comment down below what you think about this Thunder draft class. What do you think Josh Giddey's ceiling is? What are your hopes for Trey Mann? And really just like, when do you see this Thunder core kind of translating into a championship or just like playoff success? Because I'm super curious as a Thunder fan. This is stuff I think about a lot. But I appreciate y'all watching this video. Comment all that down below. If you made it to this point in the video, comment a Josh Giddy is Rookie of the Year in the comment section below to let me know you made it to the end. I appreciate y'all watching. I will see you all later. Real one, say it back.